have to call you back because I'm doing my live now. Okay. Bye. My dad. Oh, so happy to be back. I'm just a little smidge late. I'm sorry. And I didn't get a chance to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So let me just text my dad super fast. Sorry. Okay. I hate to not take my dad's calls when he calls because, you know, it's your dad. Okay, let's see if we can get this show on the road. We'll get on to Instagram. And I'm so happy to be back. Hello, 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 hi. Hello. Let me get on to the Instagram. Okay, let's see. All right. I'm so happy to be home. We had the most amazing trip, and I am so happy to be back with all of you. Hi, Bonnie. Thank you so much for reaching out. You know, I don't generally do mediumship on the Monday, but what we do here is we do a collective card reading from Spirit for everyone, and we do some channeled information from Spirit to everyone about what's going on, and then we do individual card readings at the end. And at that point, we'll do a card reading, and if your daughter comes through, of course, I would be delighted to connect you. So, but I don't generally start with mediumship on the Mondays. Okay, so Ashley, welcome. Hi, Laura. I hope you had a great birthday, and I'm hoping that Ashley is good. Okay, welcome. All right, so let's make sure that we are good with all the things. All right, so, well, some of you know Elias Patras, and so I'm very excited that I got to go to outside of Portland, out to Washington, and spend time with him and his family and his new husband John for their wedding. Oh, you know what, Laura? It was Suzanne's birthday that I saw. And I always have you guys kind of in that group in my mind. So, okay, hang on to 59, girl. Hang on. So, I gotta say that. So, we're coming in tomorrow into the new moon. So, I hope, hi, Kathy. I hope that we are all, understanding. And I know that we had talked before I left on my trip and just, I'm still like, oh my gosh, I just got back last night. So, it's still a little crazy today. But it's, I hope that you remember when we spoke last week before I left, was that we were going to be coming. Hi, Irma. Oh, it was so wonderful to be there to celebrate with them. And such a reunion for our Virginia Beach group. There was a whole bunch of us that had met in Virginia Beach at a psychic mediumship training that was like, oh my gosh, so intense. 8 days of just crazy, intense work. And then from that is where Psychic Squares was born, was from that Virginia Beach group. And so it was so wonderful to reconnect like in person with David and Rhiannon and Susan and of course Elias. And it was so wonderful to meet some of the people that are here and some of the people that follow Elias like live and in person. That was really fantastic to meet some people that I'd only ever seen on Zoom or Facebook. Your little tiny little faces. Beth came and hugged me, and another one came and hugged me in the lobby of the hotel, and they were like, "Oh, Sherry," and I'm like, little tiny face, So I was just so delighted to meet people in person, and for my husband to get to meet some of our friends, some of our as Elias and I say, our mishpacha, our family that we choose. So I have to say, I hope you were remembering that before I left, we talked about that the new moon was coming, right? And that we come down into that new moon energy, and that we are using that new moon energy to regroup and see what's important to us and what we want to work on and where we want to go, and what things that we want to do as we're going forward. And so this new moon is tomorrow, and this is also in eclipse season. So anything that you are feeling is going to be magnified with the eclipses. So this is the new moon in Scorpio, and this is again this time of seeing where do we want to go over the next 2.5 weeks as we go back up to the full moon, and then we take that look around and say, okay, well, how am I doing? Am I on track? What's going on? Where am I going? And we move ourselves forward. So it is so important for you to take some time today or tomorrow, if you haven't already, to say, okay, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go in this new moon cycle? What am I trying to achieve in the next 28 days? Because otherwise you're just getting in your car and driving without setting the GPS. And so it's so important that we're setting the GPS. Also, there's been a raccoon all of a sudden hanging around. So I wanted to do a little animal information and see if I could get something about raccoon in our book of animal spirits. This is the Book of Animal Spirits by Stephen Farmer. And it says raccoon because all of a sudden there's a raccoon. Okay, so Ashley, with respect, because you seem to be here and being warm and welcoming to everyone, and I love that. But your comments are very reminiscent of spammers that we get on a regular basis. And so I just want to say that to anyone who may be listening on either platform, that spammers are deleted and banned immediately. So just as a heads up to anybody who needs to hear that. So, all right, Ellen, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to call out anybody in particular. So raccoon says, in spite of any doubts that you may have, the resources you need for the current situation are readily available. There's some sort of deception going on around you that you can discern by listening and trusting to your own intuition. Rather than being goal-oriented, this is the time for indulging your curiosity in open-ended exploration. Pay close attention to the signs and the omens that suggest you're getting messages from your ancestors and your deceased loved ones. It's important to remain emotionally and mentally flexible for the next few days, as events will require you to adapt rapidly to changing circumstances. So this is so interesting because here we are. The raccoon has been showing up. I haven't seen the raccoon. We have one occasionally shows up in my front door. I haven't seen him in a while, and the last couple of days he's been here. And so I've really been paying attention, and so asking, as we're coming into this new moon, this Scorpio time, which is also an earth creature, what do we need to know? And so this is really important, of talking about listening to your intuition, not listening to the outside influences, especially as things are going to get very, very loud in the United States with the election coming just 2 weeks away. So this is really important, that it says there's some sort of deception going on around you that you can discern by listening to your true and trusting your intention. So listen to who you are, the voice that you trust inside, not the one that says, no, you can't do that. Because that's ego. That's our inner child. That's the child mind. That's the ego that says, no, we can't. When we ask a question to the higher guidance and we say, where do we go from there? And let me rephrase that right away, because I don't like those questions of where. I love the how questions. And I know Mike Dooley talks a lot about the cursed house. But what he's talking about is, how do I figure this out? And it's making it about self. And what I like to ask the universe is, how can I go forward in the most positive way? How can I move myself in the direction of this goal? So that means we first have to have the goal, so that we know that we are not just sitting in the car driving around and around and around. We have to tell the GPS where we want to go. telling the universe where we're going, what are we trying to accomplish in this next moon cycle, So how can I create blah, blah, blah in my life, okay? So I don't love those where, when, what, and why questions, because it's asking the universe for, I want to say it's asking the universe for some kind of specific information, except I want to say, oh, look, there's tarot reader. See, there, we're going to block you. Ban, bye-bye. Ban, bye-bye. Tarot reader, bye-bye. So, okay. So I don't like to say, because the universe is very specific. The universe thrives on specificity. We don't like to ask the universe big questions. So asking the universe something very specific, you're asking a specific question rather than asking a vague question and wanting a specific answer. This is what we're trying to say. So we want to ask the universe a specific question rather than asking the universe a vague question and hoping for a specific answer. Because what happens when the universe tries to give us a specific answer is we who are not psychics or readers or whatever, we very often, and even we who are, we very often miss the signs. But if we ask the universe how, then things will drop in front of you. How can I create this? Oh, well, here's my phone rings and something happens. Oh, how can I create this? Well, here's an email that leads to an opportunity. So when we open the universe to possibility and we say, here's what I want to create something specific, but I'm not worrying about the hows. And this is what Mike Dooley talks about. I'm not worrying about the hows. I'm going to leave that to you. I'm going to leave that to you, to the universe. You show me how to do this. I want to do this. You tell me how to do that. You show me opportunities to be able to do this. And then we remain open. So whatever drops in our lap, we're like, yay, thank you. We don't go, oh, no, I couldn't possibly. Because this is where ego comes in and we say, oh, there's a door that opened. Isn't it fantastic? And we go, oh, no, I couldn't possibly. That's ego wanting to maintain control. It's like the story of the crabs. The reason they can put crabs in a pot is if one tries to climb out, the other ones will pull them back down. Right? So they'll keep them in there. They like the status quo and they don't want anybody to bounce out of the crab pot. So when we start to think a different thought, ego's like, no. You have to stay right here in the little comfort zone in the space. You have to stay right here where we know we're safe and where the ego has control. And we start to step out of that and ego's like, ho. So where we say to the universe, how can I create this specific thing that I want to manifest in my life right now? How can I do that? And then we are open to whatever they drop in. But when the universe and the angels and the guides and loved ones and spirit, they drop in, we say, thank you. Thank you. We don't worry about when something drops in and we say, well, how will I do that? Something else will drop in. We don't say, oh, I couldn't possibly. Yes, you could, because it wouldn't have just popped in front of you if it wasn't supposed to. Because I'm going to tell you, there is no such thing as coincidence. There's no such thing as coincidence. And I've been around a bit, and I've seen unbelievable synchronistic events happening. And it is so important that we are opening our hearts to the universe. We ask that specific question, how can I fill in your specific blank? But then the response, we give them carte blanche. Because I guarantee you, while the answer that is put in front of you may not be the easy path, will absolutely take you where you're trying to go. And our job is to stay the heck out of the way and to let the universe do its work through us. Because while it may not be the easy path, if we are saying, I trust you and I allow you to lead me, I don't know how to do that, whatever that thing is you're telling me to do, I don't know how to do it, but I'm going to trust you, then they're going to provide the next opportunity for us. Oh my goodness, our dear friend Claudette is in the hospital needing open heart surgery. I have been not wanting to have this done, but it appears needed. Please send light and healing energies. Okay, so we're all just going to take a minute because Claudette is one of our regulars. And so we're just going to take a minute. I'm so sorry you're in the hospital, dear friend, but it's something you've been needing. And I totally understand not wanting to have heart surgery. That is very scary and creates a lot of stress. And but it appears it's needed, so we're going to send some light. We're going to send some healing love to Claudette, and we're going to ask angels to come and be with you where you are. Under the law of grace, I am asking angels to come and be where Claudette is and to surround her with a circle of light and protection and peace. So there's peace in her heart and peace in her mind prior to her surgery. Under the law of grace, I can ask the angels to go. Claudette, it's going to be up to you to open to the angels and allow them to come and work in your space. With angels especially, we have to ask them to come. So I would recommend for you to ask them to come or to welcome them in. We're going to send specifically Raphael, who is archangel that deals with health and wellness. And of course, we're going to put in Michael, who is the guardian and will be the protector. And then we're also going to bring in, yes, no, I hear that. We're going to bring in, sorry, they want to say Megatron, but that's not Metatron. They're joking with us, so they tell me Megatron, but it's Metatron, because he is the voice of God, and he is the strength, and he has a sense of humor, and to bring some levity into the situation. So I want you to know I feel all of this surround me just immediately. When you call them in, I feel them surround. And so this is, they are coming to you, my friend. They are coming to you, Claudette, to be able to give you some peace and to help you heal quickly and to come through surgery safe, strong, and to be able to feel peace about what's going on and where you're going, and to put care and discernment and strength and precision into the hands of those who are caring for you. And so it is, and so it will be. Okay. Whenever I call on Metatron, I feel this real push on my back. Be at peace, my friend. And for you or someone to message me, an update as you are able, and I'll gladly share it with the group. And because I know you're probably not going to feel good for a couple of days. And I'm being very generous when I say a couple of days. But you can do this. You'll get through it. And it will be okay. It will be okay. All right. So I've been shuffling our animal spirit deck while we've been talking. And Claudette, I said, okay, we want one animal spirit card to help us to go forward. And so Claudette, this is the boar. We've pulled the boar card before, but it says, face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will emerge victorious. So here you are, my friend, because the cards are listening. The cards are very much listening. All right, so we're going to do that. Okay, so let's see if we can do a few readings, some cards. And who asked me in the beginning to see if I can connect with their daughter. I would be delighted to welcome that in at this time. And if you are requesting a card, go ahead and put your name in the chat and say, me. Now is the time to do that. And I thank you for your patience. Sometimes you guys get to jump the gun. I do want to say before we do card readings, I do want to say, so I had scheduled to do a live Zoom mediumship event for this Thursday, and we have to reschedule it. We're going to reschedule it for the Thursday, November 10th, and we're going to schedule it for Thursday, the November 10th, 7 o'clock, and I am very excited because we're going to turn this into a fundraiser for the Dougie Center. I'm going to share more information about that later today on here, and also if you're on my email list. If you're not on my email list, please DM me your email so that I can get you added to my email list, so that you're not missing out on anything that is going on, like these special events, so that we can make sure that you're not missing anything. So we're going to move that to the 10th. We're going to turn it into a fundraiser for the Dougie Center, which is an unbelievable center for grief and support for children in the Portland area, in Portland, Oregon. And at the same time, it is their model has been replicated over 500 times. And so they are working with organizations all over the country, all over several other countries, but all over the country. And so to be able to raise money for them for the work that they're doing is absolutely such an honor to me, and I'm so excited to be able to help them. It is there is such a gap in the availability for grief counseling for kids, whether they have lost someone, or they're a sibling, a parent, or they themselves are facing a terminal illness. There is just a shocking lack of grief programs available to young people under 18. And so what the Deggy Center is doing is absolutely revolutionary, and they've been in business for, several decades now. It's actually absolutely incredible what they're doing. So we're going to do, I forgot to do our collective card reading for the week, so we're going to do that. And this is Go to the Sea. Go to the sea is new adventures, right? Go to the sea is new journeys, new adventures, which falls right into line with being in the new moon, right? So we're coming into this time of the new moon. And so the question is, we come right back to where we started, which is, where are you going? Where are you going? You're going to the sea. Follow the water. Follow what makes you excited. We just talk about go to the sea. It's not about necessarily going to the beach, which is never a bad idea, but it's not necessarily about going to the beach. But it's about the purity of water and the ability of water to cleanse us. At the same time, when we are excited about something, our blood is pumping. Our blood is pumping. And so when you're looking for where am I going in this next moon cycle, you're looking at, because remember, we're coming in also with an eclipse. So this is going to be intensified. Everything we're feeling is intensified. And so when you are getting your blood going and pumping and you're excited about stuff, you're getting stuff done, you're doing things, you're making stuff happen. That's go to the sea. That's get in the boat, get on board, let's go. Okay, so that's where we are right now. And then I love that, because this next card is message in a bottle, which is this message is coming right out the water. Go get it. So get in the boat and go get your message. It's coming right out of the water. It's popping up to tell you and to help you where you're going. So this is so important. This is an action cycle of the new moon. And then the third card we have for this is Thinker, which is the reminder of listening, absorbing, making the plan to go. Right? And this is what we want to do right now, because we're coming into new moon tomorrow, right? We're going to get in the boat. Where are we going? Where are we going? And we want to make sure that we're staying on track, right? So with Thinker, we look at not the blinders, right? But that staying in our lane. We're staying in our lane with Thinker, right? We're looking at, okay, I'm getting in the boat. I'm knowing where I'm going. I've got that message in the bottle. I'm following my intuition. That's message in the bottle. I'm moving myself forward. And Thinker says to us, okay, let's stay in the lane. We know the plan. We're going on the path. Let's stay in our lane. We want to be open to the signs. We want to be open to the nudges of the universe. We want to be very careful. We don't let ego pull us off track. We don't want to let someone else's drama pull us off track, right? We want to make sure, is this mine? No, yes, yes, no. We will stay in our lane, okay? And that's where Thinker is guiding us to make sure that we are staying on our path, okay? All right, it's not our job to fix everybody. All right, we're going to scroll back. We're going to scroll back. We're going to scroll back. And we're going to start with Kathy Dunlap for a card. And then my friend Laura, who said, me, me, me. I love a girl that follows instructions. All right, Kathy, we've got a jumpy card for you. This is New Life. This is card 39. So 3 and 9 is 12, is 1 and 2 is 3. So this is a new journey, Kathy. So this is new life. This is something really exciting. This is new doors that are opening for you. And the timing is perfect, because we have new moon and we have the eclipse that's going to make things be more intense. So this is really this time that whatever it is that you've been thinking about, Kathy, that door is open in front of you, honey. That door is open for you right now. That door is open. We're going to put these cards back in so we can shuffle them back in. That door is open for you. It's time for you to just step through it in confidence and just know that you are being, like, I want to say premier supported. It's like, extra VIP first class supported in this new journey. So Kathy, walk through the door. Walk through the door. Is this a new job, Kathy? This may also be, there's like a new building, a building that's new to you, whether that's a house or a job. But there's definitely a new opportunity in front of you, and I look forward to hearing about that, because this is definitely, you have that support. You are being welcomed to walk through that door. Go, just go. Don't even worry about it. Just go. All right, Laura. And then we're going to go to Chris. Laura. Come to the edge. Come to the edge. This is card 36, so 3 and 6 is 9. Come to the edge. Laura, this is, you got to push yourself a little bit. You got to have faith that you are going in the right direction. You got to have faith that you are doing what is making your heart happy. Because look, we're dancing with rose petals. I mean, we're totally happy here. So this is about allowing yourself to get pushed a little bit, a little out of your comfort zone. Allow yourself to grow and develop. You know that saying that when you come to the edge of all that you know, you got to trust that either something's going to be there to support you or you're going to be taught to fly. And so this is that reminder that you have that support. It is safe for you to push yourself a little bit. So step it up. Step out a little bit. All right, Chris Judd. Chris Judd. All right, Chris Judd, peace. 23, 2 and 3 is 5. Peace. Some drama has passed. Peace. Peace, peace, peace. So I know you're moving. I saw something on Facebook about moving you into a new room. That is exciting. Hoping it's a little bigger. I know that that's been a concern, so I love that this card comes up for you so that there is some peace and there's a new job that's starting. So this is the reminder that you are already moving in that direction. Enjoy the ride. There's things you can check off your list that you can stop worrying about, because even when we finish something, don't we, especially as women, don't we continue to worry about something that maybe it's already done and we're still worrying about it? Wipe those slates clean, right? Take those things off, okay? Take those things off. All right, so Bonnie Bond asked about her daughter, and you are welcome. You are welcome, Laura. All right, so Bonnie, I'm going to ask for a card for your daughter, Angela. I don't have mediumship and psychic work and card reading and stuff. It's different energies, so I'm not feeling like mediumship energy. I'm not feeling that there's a person. Okay, so there's something about pom-poms. Bonnie Bond, there's something about pom-poms. There's something about maybe children cheerleaders. Okay, I feel like that she passes as an adult, but there is, or at least over 18, but there's something about pom-poms and cuteness of little kids. Something about that. I'm not getting it clear. I'm telling you right now, I'm not getting it clear, but I'm going to pull you a card, and the card for you says co-create. Now, I want to say this card is 40, which is 4, and this card comes in upside down. Okay, Bonnie? This card comes in upside down. So this is telling me, so 4 is an angel number. It gives us a number of support, like 4 legs of a chair, 4 legs on a table. We are supported. And so when this card comes in upside down, it's just this reminder for you that you are not moving through the world alone, okay? And so if your daughter is in spirit, and I feel like she's been in spirit for maybe a year or more, that this is this reminder that she's like, hey, I'm here. I'm participating with you. Don't close the door on our communication and lock it into grief, right? If we only are communicating with our loved one in grief of oh, you're not here, and I mean, I'm not making light of anybody's grief, but if we are only talking to our loved one as they're not here and oh, woe is me, we're missing the opportunity to co-create, because when they've settled into their new existence, their desire is to come back and to work with us and to be part of our life in a new way. And if we're so mired in the grief, we're not allowing ourselves to move forward through it. We're missing the opportunities to co-create. And so this 4 number reminds you that you are being supported, not just by her, but others who are here, others who are there. She's being supported, you're being supported, and that co-create is that she has this desire to work with you. And Bonnie, I got to ask if there's some kind of a book. If there was some kind of a book that you were thinking about writing a book about her life, or some kind of something that was like in honor of her life, some kind of a story of her, of something. There's some kind of a writing, a pamphlet or something like that that has to do with about her, that's being named for her or something. And again, it's not clear because I'm not fully tuned into that psychic side, but I want to say that there is that co-create card is really important for you. So I hope and pray that that is helpful, and I will so invite you to the event on the 10th for mediumship. And if you'd like to talk with me privately, please feel free to reach out. I would be honored to help. Okay, Irma, I hope you are feeling well with your health, my friend. Irma. Okay. Irma, This is also a message in a bottle for you, but this comes in upside down. So this is 15, which is 1 and 5 is 6. So Irma, this is a reminder that you are part of it, right? So this is not to, put your blinders on, open them up, and be able to see the messages that Spirit is trying to send you to help you move forward on your path. It's so important that we're not like so in our lane that we end up with blinders, right? We want to stay in our lane and not get distracted into other people's drama, but at the same time we want to keep them open, those, stay in the lane, but keep it open a little bit. We want some peripheral vision. We want to see what the universe is dropping in front of us. We want to not miss out on those things. And so there is message in some of the struggles. I feel like it's like a stubbed toe that, leans you into a new friend or a new relationship. And I'm not saying it's about a relationship, but there is definitely some stuff that's been like showing up in your life as sort of annoyance that is going to turn into something really wonderful if you're going to let it unfurl, right? It's about letting that paper and that message in the bottle unfurl. So Irma, there's good stuff in front of you, but it's coming up in like the annoyance of a stubbed toe kind of a thing. And so just allow it to unroll and to develop and to unfold in front of you, because I do think there's something that's really positive, and there's something very caring about it. Like you're being welcomed into something new, into a new group or a new class or a new group of people. So that's for Irma. All right, Carol. All right, Carol. And Carol, we've got Between Two Worlds. So this is number 3. So this also came in, this also came in upside down, Carol. So this is, Kathy asked where. I'm not sure the question. Kathy, can you ask me your question again in the comments, and I'll come right back around to it. So Carol, this is Between Two Worlds, but it comes in upside down. So this is a reminder that you are moving forward. You're coming from the dark into the light place. You are moving forward, but it's also this reminder to keep going. Okay, so when you're upside down, it's like, oh, I'm between two worlds. I'm going to stay here. I'm straddling. No. You've got to keep going forward. Keep going from the dark into the light to be able to move yourself forward. It's really important you keep going, Carol. So keep going. You're on the right track. You're very clearly on the right track, but you're at the start of this new journey and the start of this new adventure, and it's really important you keep going forward. Okay, so don't let yourself get mired down in, again, the details and the things of the other people's mud. You want to make sure that you're moving yourself forward in your direction, the direction that is right for you, not where other people think you should go. Okay, Lydia, this is the Fates. So this is 17, so 1 and 7 is 8. So this is this reminder that you may be coming toward the end of a journey, but it's also trusting the process. This is so much about trusting the process with the Fates. So this is that reminder that they are around you, but it's so much about welcoming them in, asking angels and guides to come into our lives to help to bless us. But Lydia, this is so much about trusting the process. You've been working hard. You have really been working hard to move yourself in this direction, and it is so important that you are trusting that process. So just know that you are being supported. You are being supported. Gina, my darling, I see you. Yes, we're going to incorporate you into the list. I see you. I don't want you to think that I'm not seeing you, because I do. And so, Lydia, you've got it. I don't like to say that. So, Lydia, I encourage you to keep going, because your hard work is going to pay off. Your hard work is paying off. Okay. Bonnie. April Fools would like a card. You are welcome, Laura. April Fools. Carol, did we do Carol? We did different Carol. We just did Carol. Okay, that's why it's coming up. Okay, so April Fools. Okay, April. So this is happy. So card 26, so 2 and 6 is 8. So again, maybe coming to the end of a journey, coming to the end of a chapter, but there's a celebration there. You've worked hard to get to this point, and you also are seeing the fruits of your labor coming into fruition, and that you are seeing these opportunities to come and this development. So it's time to celebrate. You're almost time to celebrate, but just make sure that you are appreciating the journey, appreciating the people that helped you along the way. But again, to celebrate, like I was saying before, how we can be finished with something, we check it off our list, but we can still worry about it. So this is important to have this time of celebration and gratitude, appreciation, so that we are staying in that place of gratitude while we are working hard and doing all these things, that it's not Just because something is hard doesn't make it bad. And just because something may be challenging doesn't mean there's not gratitude in it. There should be gratitude in all things. Even the hard things move us forward. Even the hard things teach us and help us to grow. So don't forget, as you are moving towards that time of finish line, to stay in that place of gratitude, because that will help catapult you to the next place, to the next one. All right. Yes, Bonnie Bond, good. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Bonnie, yay, 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 yay. Okay, we did Irma. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, great. So Irma and Bonnie, that is wonderful. Okay, who did I just skip by? I just skipped by somebody. Marisa. Marisa, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Marisa. All right, so card for Marisa. And this is higher power, number 4. So again, this is a reminder that you're being supported, that you are being supported with them, your angels, your guides. We've got to invite them in. We've got to welcome them in. But this is just a remember to blend your life with spirit, right? We get in this idea where it's like, okay, I prayed, I asked, and now I'm going to go off and chuck, and do it myself. And it's like, no, it's harmonious. It's a blend, right? We say, okay, I pray, I ask them to come in, I meditate, I share with them my plan, I share with them what I'm hoping for, all of those things, and now I'm going to work in harmony with them. I'm going to work in concert with the energies of the universe. This is not like, okay, I turned on my meditation switch, and then I turned off my meditation switch. No. We're going to blend it together. We're going to live our lives with spirit. We're going to live our lives in harmony with spirit, because we know they have our best interests at heart. We know they're going to help us. We're going to they're going to help us to move forward. They're going to strengthen us, and they're going to guide us if we will let them. And so this is this big reminder to keep, and again, it's card 4, so that you have that support, right? The legs of the chair, the legs of a table. You are being supported with a strong foundation to stand on, and that they are with you. And it's such a reminder for everyone to live in concert with spirit, not like a switch, like a light switch. We live with them. We welcome spirit in all things, so that we can have the highest and best guidance in all the things, because we're co-creating with spirit, whether that's angels, guides, loved ones, what have you. All right. Hi, Gary. Welcome. Interesting. Kathy, that's so interesting. I have to ask Kathy, and Gary, we're going to come back. Oh, Marissa, thank you so much. Gary, I didn't forget you, but Kathy, Kathy, I have to ask if there's a job opportunity for you in a building that looks like a house. I know sometimes the old houses are converted into offices or businesses and things like that, because it seems like I feel like what I'm seeing is a house. So, but it's a business. Like, I feel like it's a job in a house, and it's not housekeeping or something like that. It's a job that's a business that's in a house. Now, it might be a bigger house, like it's maybe like a duplex or a condo, townhouse, something like that. But it's something about it that looks like you could also live there. And I'm not saying you, but like people could have lived there at one time. So that's interesting. So keep that in mind, because that may help guide you in the direction that you are going. Okay. Gary. So this for Gary is blessed. This is card 22, which is an angel number. Anytime we have those repeating numbers, it's great. And then 2 is moving forward in a new journey, but then also 2 and 2 is 4, which is again that support of that foundational support from higher powers. So this is that reminder again to stay in gratitude and just to appreciate the things that we have and the places that we've already been brought to, because this is that there is more blessing in your life than you are. I feel like you're forgetting some things, like you're forgetting. So I challenge you to sit down and take a couple minutes and count the blessings, because I feel like you have more than you might be paying attention to, and I think that'll help you a lot in how to move forward, because it feels like in like making a list of the blessings and the gratitude list, it feels like that is going to be like there's some kind of an aha moment that's like, oh, I forgot about that. I should go and check on that. And that's something important for you, Gary. All right, we're going to get to Gina on Instagram, who's been waiting so patiently. And Gina, we've got community for you, card number 8. So 8 has come up a lot today. So coming to the ends of chapters, not necessarily the end, but coming, towards that finish line and just appreciating what has been brought, appreciating what's been part of it. And so Gina, this is a great reminder for you to stay connected to community. It doesn't have to be like a million people, but connect with, even if it's a small community. This is a great reminder for you to get connected, stay connected in with a group that is people that are going to challenge you and support you and help you move forward in your direction. So that's just a reminder. So we have one more card that was a jumper. Gary, you are so welcome. This is the last card that we'll do, and this is 20. So again, with that 2, starting new things, but this is the card Imagine. I love this because imagine, right? And immediately we're brought to like John Lennon's song, and I know Louis Armstrong sang this song, but imagine all the things, because right now we're in this news cycle that's going to be so loud until we get past the American election and the unrest in the prime ministership in England and all the things that are going on in Ukraine. There is a lot of noise. But imagine what could happen if we focus on the good stuff. Imagine what could happen if we brought that heart, love, gratitude into our hearts and we spread that, how we could shift the world. Because let's not ever forget that love is the most powerful engine of the universe. It is power than wind and sun and nope, Nadisha. Bye-bye. Band. Okay, sorry about that. All spammers are banned immediately. Let's remember that love is stronger than the sun, the wind, the hydroelectric. It is stronger than all of it. So it is the power of the universe, the thing that truly makes the world turn and makes our societies grow and turn and move in new directions is love. And as we get through these next 2 weeks with the election cycle here in the United States, it's going to be loud. And as we've seen in any kind of political climate, it's never positive, especially as we get to the end of election cycles. It gets very negative. So just stay in your lane, and don't put blinders on. You got to pay attention to what's going on. You want to make sure you can see the blessings that are coming, but don't get caught up in the drama of other people. Right? If it's not yours, and if nobody asked you to get in it, and do you even have the power to get in it? Remember the questions, right? Is this mine? Do I have the power to fix it? Did anybody ask me to fix it? Because if it's not yours, even if you had the power to fix it, stay in your lane. If they didn't ask you, they're on their path. So even though it's going to get loud, stay in the place of love. Stay in a place of love, and imagine what kind of a world we can create if we're all staying in the place of love. And I leave you with that. We will have meditation on Thursday night. I am so overjoyed to be back with you. I am going to be gone again next week. I think I got to look at the calendar. We are going away. We had 2 back-to-back trips, and then we'll be home for a while. I'm so happy to be back with you. I'm so grateful for you taking the time, choosing to take the time to spend with me today. And just as always, as we're coming in this new moon, tomorrow new moon, right? And it's a new moon and an eclipse with Scorpio. Just please always remember how very much you are loved. You are loved. Mwah. We'll see you soon.